Hi all, it's Alisa here and welcome to my video. First of all, I would like to start with a very personal update. In January of this year, I got married. Yay! And because we live in Japan, I know that international marriages in Japan, especially documentation of it, tends to be very intense and complex. And that's why I decided to make this video that I hope would help. And my partner is from India, so if your partner is from any other country, please make sure that you check their website, because I'm pretty sure there will be some differences regarding their marriage policies. The first thing is obviously timing. For us, it took about 3 to 4 months to complete the whole process. We started in November, but because there was a New Year national holidays, a lot of city halls, embassy, they do not work. So it took us some days off as well. But in total, I think it was about 4 months. First step is that you have to let Japan know that you are getting married, and for that you're going to be going to City Hall depending on where you live. After you've done that, you have to let the India know that you're getting married, and for that you'll be going to the embassy in Tokyo. Apparently in India, like if you're getting married, then the name of your spouse needs to be included in the passport. So my husband, he had to change his passport as well as a part of the process. So as I mentioned, the very first step is to get Japan know that you're getting married, and for that you will need the official paper that's called Judicial Meisho. Judicial Meisho is pretty much a paper that officially states that you're legally married in Japan. In order for you to get this paper, you have to go to the city hall depending on where you live. In Japanese, you call it koyakusho, and you have to ask them of the papers that you need. And that's gonna be like my best advice, because we had to go back and forth with the only paper, the documents that are needed for us to be accepted. So I would advise you to go there and ask. So in our case, when we went there and we submitted our documents, they told us that documents are not correct because they had only one Indian person who was married in that city hall, and they had to make it as a standard, and we had to resubmit our papers based on what the other person have written. So that's why my best advice will be just to go there and ask them in detail, let them know where your partner is from, and ask for details of what papers do you need. For my side, I needed only 2 documents. One of them is Koseki Tohon, as the register of my hometown, and another one is the certification of my identity. But for my husband though, I think he needed like 6 documents. So first is his identity document, residency card copy, passport copy, I think it was birth certificate, and the last 2, it was the legal documentation that he's legally single, and another one is from his parents that they prove and they state that their son is single. For these 2 last documents, my husband had to take it from India. His birth certificate, they already have it here. So for these 2 legal documents, apparently they had to go to the Indian embassy or something. They had to put stamp on these documents. And again, I advise you to go to your city hall and ask them specifically what they need, because as I mentioned, in our case, we have to resubmit the paper and we have to re-ask our friends in India to go and get those documents twice, because they were not, we didn't know what specific documents we need. You get those documents, please make sure that they have stamp on every single page from, on both sides. I think one of the stamps is from notary, another one is external affairs, and the other one is State Home Department. My husband explained to me that if you go and submit the documents, they will automatically put multiple stamps on it. Just ask to make sure that those stamps are on both sides on every single paper. Lastly, you have to make a translation of every single paper that is written in English and submit it together with the rest of the documents. And also, if you go before, just to ask what you specifically need, they will give you some additional papers to fill it out. I think one of them was a big paper that you have to fill out, your information and your partner's information. But also there's a paper that your friends, I think 2 of your friends needs to fill out. One is from my side and another one from my husband's side. They put their signature on the fact that they know that we are getting married. After they get all of these documents from you, So I think it takes about 1 or 2 weeks for them to kind of finalize the process, and in 2 weeks they will give you a paper that states like, hey, you're officially married in Japan, and that paper is called judicial meisho. Congrats, once you got officially married in Japan, it's all the beginning of the whole process. So the next you will have to register your marriage in Indian embassy for the India side. Once you have your judicial meisho, please get 3 copies. You need 3. Once you're done, the next place you will have to go is the Ministry of External Affairs. So the reason is because once you get married in Japan, you have to register your marriage in India. But in order for you to register your marriage in India, you have to prove them with a document saying like, hey, we officially and legally married in Japan. So once you go to External Affairs, they're gonna put the stamp on your judicial meisho stating that these guys are legally married in Japan. So to complete this mini process, you'll need 3 documents. So one of them is your judicial meisho. The other one is application form. You can fill it out on the place, but there's a lot of people and it's going to take you so much time. So I would suggest you to print it out beforehand and fill it out first. And the third one is envelope. I think it's a yupaku that you can buy in Konbini for them to return the document to your house. So you need these 3. So for this paper from the Gaimusho, it's going to take again another week for you to get the documents ready. And once it arrives, you're done for the part 2. So once you're ready to go to the Indian embassy, be ready because that place is gonna test your patience a lot. First of all, please be careful of their working hours because I think they only accept the applications in the first half of the day, which is from 9 to 12. But even within that time, please be aware that there are a lot of people who are in the same situation and you will have to spend a lot of time there. When it comes to documents that you need in order for you to apply for your registry of your marriage in embassy, so you need a lot of documents. I will just put them here and I will explain in details later, but it's pretty simple. So you need judicial meisho, the certification of your marriage where you can get it in the city hall. Second one is koseki tohon, is registry of your hometown, but this one is going to be updated because once you register your marriage in Japan, your partner's name is also going to be included in that paper, so you also can get it in the city hall. You will need the paper, the document that you got from Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the one that had to be delivered to you in the envelope. Additionally, you will have to visit the Indian Embassy website and download some of the application forms there. I think there's 2 or 3 documents that you can just fill it out. You need to also download and bring filled out application of your partner's passport. You need copy of your partner's passport, your copy of passport, and also the copy of his parents' passport as well. There's 3 things I need you to be aware of. So the first one is, for the first 3 documents, it's the judicial meisho, your marriage certification, koseki tohon, registry of your hometown, and the paper from Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Make sure you have the translation. You can Google it, how to translate it, or you can hire somebody to translate it properly. Second thing is the picture of the passport. Make sure it's white background because when we went there, nobody told us nothing. And in Japan, the blue background of the picture is standard. So we took it and they said us no. So we had to retake it. And the thing is that there is nowhere you can take a picture nearby the embassy. So make sure if you have a picture, is 51mm to 51mm of the size and it has white background. Okay. And the third thing is that all of these documents on this list that I mentioned, make sure you have 2 copies of each. The reason why is because I think we misunderstood and we're going like back and forth literally for weeks of asking what is not correct with our documents. And the thing is that because when you apply for your marriage, you also apply for the passport, so you need the copy of everything for both processes. And this is what was not really communicated to us well, or we didn't really understand, but make sure you have 2 copies of everything. That's pretty much it. So what's gonna happen is that once you submit all of your documents, everything goes through, you will have to wait about a month for them to complete the process, of the marriage and the new passport, and they will call you. Once they call you, you will have to bring 3 people with you, to make the sign, the signature that you're getting officially married. And yeah, that will be it. You will set up the date, you will set up the time, and we just go into the embassy and finish the whole process. I know it's very overwhelming, and it was very overwhelming for me and my husband, and I can't get stressed enough to kind of, learn the patience during registering my marriage, because it was a lot. And as I said, just considering the time that it was taking us to get to the embassy and just wait there for 2 hours to get one paper done, it was a lot of stress. But once it was done, we're all relieved. So please stay strong. Please make sure you do confirm again and again what papers do you need specifically, so you don't go back and forth again and again, because as I said, it's gonna take a lot of time. So yeah, if you're getting married, big congratulations, and I wish you best of luck of this process. And if you have any questions, please leave the comment and I'll be more than happy to address them. Thank you.